All right, looks like we are live on some of the places. In 5, 4, 3, 2.
We're live.
Welcome.
First story.
That would be mind-blowing.
Trending stories are taking over.
TSTO. What does he get a bell for that?
Next story.
Everybody get down.
According to the sounds, I'm not doing so hot today.
TSTO.
TSTO thing.
TSTOMG.
TSTO.
That's crazy.
Story time. What is happening, people of the interwebs? It's Todd Frazier.
I'm an impressed Jake Frazier
And
for how timed that was.
You like that?
Yeah,
That was, we've been practicing here at Trending Stories Taking Over, and the stories, they keep trending. We can't stop them, so we might as well talk about them.
Half of them I don't even believe anymore.
I don't believe most of them. Most of
All
the trending
time.
stories.
No, I don't trust anybody anymore.
Yeah.
I have real father issues. And we're going to get into that today. Because...
That's interesting because we do have an interesting studio setup today. So I'm here, Jake's here, and the Chris Cody seat is occupied, but it's not Chris Cody. We've got Dad Frazier in the house. Hey!
Just being Medina.
That's right. He's just, doing the thing, living the dream.
When the show started, you guys looked like you were on Wayne's World.
Whoa! That's the thing. That's the thing. It's Wayne's World.
Whoa.
Oh, you all right there? You okay there?
Do they do stuff like that?
Yeah, kind of. You had too much coffee today, Jake?
I need to get like a vacuum.
Yeah, it sucks as it cuts. It's absolutely. Oh, Wayne's World. I love that show. Stevie's here though. Stevie is in his seat.
But I just don't know if I can fit with this crowd anymore.
I know it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. But we do have Chris on the phone. Chris, how you doing, buddy?
I'm good, guys. I'm good. Glad to be here.
Look at that. He's here in spirit.
Way that's through the lines. And let me tell you, the show sounds amazing even on the telephone.
Wow. You know what?
Amazing.
I'm going to give you a bell for that, Chris.
I did not have that same experience when I was on my road trip.
Bells from afar.
It's true. Dean is warning us already. Warning, I'm here. ... Everybody watch out because Dean, I'm glad you're here, Dean. I don't need to be warned.
I sent that text out.
You're the one? We can blame you
fault.
for telling Dean?
It's my fault.
All right.
Was Dean the one that did?
Dean.
Was he the one, the skydive guy that was like all in?
No. That's Ken.
Yeah,
Ken was all in on the skydive.
Okay.
Dean's all in on everything else.
Oh, it's not very professional
Dean?
of me to be chewing gum. I'll swallow it.
You know what? I don't think you're allowed. 7 years, man. 7 years now. You're gonna have gum.
Time.
It's
7
just
years.
joining the others, man.
Oh
Jalapeno.
wow. Jalapeno.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Speaking of, if you guys see this, we've got some Mama Zuma's Revenge chips here.
Should I try one on the show?
You know what? I don't think you should because you're gonna have to run away and get something to drink because these are super hot.
Should I try one?
I mean, you can try one.
That's entertainment.
They're hot habanero.
We're
Okay, do it.
online.
All right, guys. You know what? Just for you people on the interwebs, Jake's gonna eat a Mama Zuma's
Is it gonna be a
Revenge.
mistake?
It's really hot. Like I
haven't had
had
it.
a bag of these. I survived. I'm still here.
What do you think about this one? This is a curly one. There's a lot of seasoning on that.
It's probably like hidden habanero, like right in there. Let's get a close up of you eating that chip.
Hurt you.
Let's. Okay. Now wait for it.
Man.
Now wait. A little bit of steam coming out of the ears there. A little bit, maybe. Huh?
Does it have a lingering
Underwhelming
burn?
at first.
Underwhelming. Okay.
Gradual increase in
Yeah.
heat.
Yep. Okay. Eyes getting a little watery. This is underwhelming.
Yeah,
I'm
there's a little-
disappointed. I was expecting
I
more from
definitely
you.
can't eat more.
You know, when I hear Montezuma's Revenge, I think it's something completely different.
Yes,
than
I know.
chips.
I think that's the whole point
The
of
roller
this.
coaster?
The name of this, I think more of the Benz is what Chris is referring to, right?
Having to run to a certain room and sit down upon a certain throne.
Right.
Uh-oh.
And Jake's out of water. Now he's starting to feel it. I think this is we're gonna see how long
Let's
you
go.
can last.
I'll be fine.
All right.
But Chris, I think that's why they called it Mama Zuma's.
Yeah.
Oh, Mama Zuma's.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the whole point.
Oh, you
It's like
missed the M?
Yeah, it's a play
Oh,
on
yeah, I
words.
thought it was Montezuma's. Okay,
No.
yes, I like playing on words.
Because
Playing with
the-
words is fun.
Because you can't see us. There's a picture of a hot mama, I guess maybe on the thing here.
That's a hot
She's-
mama.
Okay.
She's wearing a holster, and instead of bullets, it's full of habanero peppers.
Oh,
They'll kill you
cool.
just
Is she
fast.
on fire too?
Yeah, there's lots of fire. It's red. It's packaging.
There's fire behind her.
Now, if you would like
pretty metal.
your chips, sponsored on the TSTO show, you can get us at tstoshow@gmail.com. Let us know what you'd like for us to show everybody.
Yeah,
and we'll
I'll
put
do
it
a
on
taste
here.
test.
Yeah, taste
I'll do a
test would be
taste
great.
test. I'll let you know. I'll let you know right now. Really hot. Way more hot than it should be.
It's the aftertaste.
Yeah, it is.
It's the aftertaste.
It's not terrible. It's not unbearable. I like really spicy food, but I will tell you right now, the actual taste of the chip, is meaty.
I like it.
It's
I like
it
those.
has
I
like
think
a
they're tasty.
sandwich vibe to it.
You know
wanna try
what?
one?
Wow.
Not right now.
No.
Savory.
You're not
had them
not
before,
into
right?
the. Are you into the hot chips?
Oh, I like hot food.
Yeah.
I like spicy food.
Dad and I have this thing where we go all out with Cholula. We put it in everything.
Cholula.
We put it literally. We started putting it in Thousand Island.
Thousand Island with
Cholula and Thousand Island.
Where did that come from?
That does sound
Well,
good.
I started
That's the hot
throwing
and cold, right?
Yeah, I started throwing Cholula into barbecue sauce and realizing that you don't taste the Cholula at all, like you would Tabasco.
but you
or
get
like-
the spice?
But you get the spice.
Dang, yeah.
So I started throwing Cholula into other stuff, and so we had taco salad one night, and I grabbed Cholula and mixed it in a bowl with Thousand Island.
That would be
It was
good.
Awesome.
It was really good.
I want to try Cholula on an In-N-Out burger now. That sounds good.
Dude, I can only imagine that'd be unbelievable.
Hey, so Dean has a question. Dean says, how does it compare to Doritos Flaming Cheetos? Wait, those are different things.
Those are way different things.
To Doritos or Flaming Cheetos?
Yeah, but there's a Flamin' Hot Doritos, I think,
Right.
as well.
Way hotter than
Oh, okay.
both of those and better flavor.
Yeah, I agree. I
would
think it's
argue-
great.
I would argue the jalapeno cheddar Cheetos are better than the Flamin' Hot ones.
We do have these jalapeno queso ones right here.
Yeah,
I can
and
try
there's
one
a
of these.
lot of queso flavor in those ones. I'm not a big fan. But hey, and you know what? Of all of us here, all of us that are here, the only person that's gotten a shout out in the comments so far is Papa. Look at that, Papa. Papa got a shout out.
I loaded up.
You get a bell. Look at that. That's right.
I think that's a fix, though.
You think
There's
that's
a Fraser name in there.
you think that's a setup?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
No, we would never do that.
Okay, I'm on board with these jalapenos.
They're good, right?
I'll eat these for
They're
that.
good. All right. Hey, you know what? So it's Father's Day weekend. Speaking of Papa and Dad being in the room, Father's Day weekend was exciting for us. We tried to go camping.
Oh,
I'm going to
tried.
tell you guys about it because we went camping. We got our tent set up. San Onofre State Beach, going to do surfing, going to be awesome. Being in the elements.
Sweet.
Got a fire. And then we
And what about
we,
the elements?
we stepped back and the elements started to attack us because we were getting ready to ride our bikes and a big old rattlesnake came out of the bushes, and I hate snakes, like with a passion. Snakes snakes basically are the devil, and actually are. Like it's the truth.
Yeah.
And so
It's truth, yeah.
it came out of the bushes into underneath a big boulder, which my bike was up against. And so it sat there, and then it went around and then finally, after about 10 minutes, which felt like an hour of watching this snake right next to our campsite, decided it was going to go home in its hole a foot behind our chair setup.
Yeah.
So we decided that you do not pitch your tent on top of a rattlesnake den. That's not a good idea. So we left.
Perfect time to exercise coexistence and tolerance.
Nope, not tolerating at all. That's a definitely non-tolerant situation.
You know what I mean? One step at a time, man. Progress is progress.
Progress is not a snake in my tent. Not
know,
a.
You got to look at them differently. You can't look at the danger. You got to look at the fun, right? It's not a rattlesnake. It's a fiesta snake.
Yep.
Nope.
They
It's
got
a,
the rattle,
it's a devil
the
snake.
gun.
It's a
Nope.
maraca
Nope.
snake.
Nope. You're all wrong. It's a devil snake. And if I would have had something, I would have shot it, but I didn't. What were you gonna say, Dad?
I found out something this morning on 18
Yeah.
at the golf course. I hit the ball in the bushes, and I went in the bushes to look for my ball.
Yeah.
And a worker at the golf course came by and said, "You want to be careful." He said, "You want to be careful
Yeah.
because it's rattlesnake season."
Oh, yeah.
That's not good. I don't
No,
like the
yeah.
sound
I
of
didn't
that.
know there was a season.
It's hot, and they're warm-blooded creatures.
You know, the other-
they're cold-blooded
Cold-blooded
creatures,
creatures, yeah.
right? So because of that, they're just naturally out more
See,
in
Todd,
the
you
heat.
should have stayed to see if the family came out.
No.
but
See,
then
you don't
you-
understand. No, here's the deal. The worst
This
part.
could've turned into a
the
real
worst
modern family with snakes situation
not happening.
here.
Sorry, no. The worst part is we're walking back up. Bailey and I decided to go down and go surfing before we all left. Went down, we're walking back up, and there was a guy walking up next to us, and he was talking to some lady that we were just kind of listening to
And
the
he gets
conversation.
bit by a snake.
No, and he says, "You know what? We were surfing yesterday, and I was down there, and I looked out, and I actually saw what I thought was a rattlesnake in the ocean. And that was really weird."
Oh no, they swim.
And then he called his buddy and he's like, yeah, do rattlesnakes swim? It's yeah, rattlesnakes swim. No, thank you. San Onofre. Not gonna, sorry.
Rattlesnakes will get you, man.
Dean-
bears
It's still all that radiation left over.
But then the
Right.
snake's gonna have two heads and have more chance to
yep.
bite me. Dean says, Frazier 0, snake 1. You are correct, Dean. Yes, the snake got one on me, but not before I
But
I
haven't
left.
you
I
ever
didn't do
seen a
anything.
cute snake?
No, snakes are horrible. All of them.
Here's what you're doing wrong. You're not typing in the word snake on Google. Right. You're supposed to type it SNEK. I learned this from the kids.
Snake?
Yeah.
Oh,
Snake.
that's right.
It's
That's,
supposed to be, you go, like, watch this. Cute snake. And then I get all these images.
no, those
Look
are
at the-
no,
look at
no,
these little
no,
guys.
no, 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 no.
Look at
I
this
can't.
one.
Now there's stuff. No,
This
no,
one's so
no.
sweet.
I'm not even giving you the satisfaction of
Look at
putting it
how
on
sweet
screen.
he is.
It's disgusting.
This one's wearing a top hat
So
and a mustache.
speaking
Todd.
of, no, gross.
Snakeskin
No
on your
way.
clothing.
No snake skin. No nothing. You guys are horrible. I hate
Yeah,
you
that's
all.
probably a way for you to overcome your fear, Todd. Is
No, it's
wear
not. No, I'm
snakeskin
not even
boots,
gonna look,
belts.
Jake.
tilting
I'm not
his
even
head at
gonna
you.
look.
He's like,
I can't even
"Todd,
do it. This
love
is
me."
what I will shut all this down right now. Hey, Chris, let's change subjects. Where are you and why are you not here?
I am in the mighty city of Bakersfield, where it is extremely hot.
Louis
100 degrees.
Obispo from
Yes.
Bakersfield.
Hey, Chris, any
He
snakes
is
there?
from Bakersfield. Thousands
Lots of snakes.
Thousand? Are you? You're not
and-
serious.
and frogs. I don't know. I have not seen any snakes yet.
All right.
but
Well, if you see them,
we
run
hear the
away.
frogs.
Run the other direction.
Or catch one.
I don't
Hey,
know,
no.
man. I might.
Chris, do you see
I'll
the
catch
little
it.
tiny frogs? The little tiny
Oh, the little
toads?
tree
Yeah.
frog
Little
guys.
Tiny
Yeah.
toads?
You gotta watch out for those.
Yeah,
Underfoot,
we were in Chico on the weekend, and there were little tiny toads all over the patio.
Oh, that's right. You were just up that way.
I drove through Bakersfield.
You did. How was
Not
Bakersfield?
impressed. Not impressed.
You guys ever go up the 15 like right before you get to Ontario and you're going through like the Barstow area and then you smell it?
Wait, before Ontario?
No, it's
You must be
not.
coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah, coming back,
No,
and
right.
then you're going on the 15 past Barstow, and then you just get that whiff of what smells like mushroom farms. That's the
Yep.
Barstow breeze right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, right there.
That's
Bakersfield's got like cow manure. smell.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
go-
It's like Chino. Yeah. Same idea.
Yeah.
Hey, Dean.
Sounds good.
Dean, we know that Papa Frazier's nameplate says Chris Cody because he's in Chris Cody's place. So that's intentional.
That's right.
That's trying to catch us.
Come on, Dean.
That's Frazier
Come on.
1, Pendergast 0.
Think with your
Boom.
head, Dean. Think.
Oh man! All right.
Next
hey,
week, no invite to Dean.
no, Dean.
Yeah.
I love when you come, Dean.
We
you
should
make so much
should,
fun.
Ethan's here. It's a good thing Ethan showed up because I was
Ethan
going to say
says-
we need to invite Dean because otherwise the only person that would be in the chat is Todd's wife.
Well, no, the kids are chatting as my wife.
So your
Ethan's
children.
here. Ethan's here. He says Barstow Breeze, baby.
Barstow
Got
Breeze.
that Barstow
That's right.
Breeze.
He was there for the conception of the Barstow Breeze.
That's right.
Hey,
Somebody
is
was
that
like,
It sounds
is
kind of
that
like a
Ethan,
chip flavor.
That's Ethan, yeah.
You know, that Grandpa really wants Ethan to come to their place for 4th of July.
Oh yes.
He is on it. He says there's no reason for him to not come to
I mean, he's in the state.
He knows everybody now.
Ethan,
Ethan, you already have plans for
Go
4th
to
of July.
Haviland for 4th of July, Ethan. You should be there. Grandpa will take care of you. It's fantastic.
Luke's gonna blow his brains out. He's not gonna be able to shoot off fireworks.
Wait, what?
And Ethan can? That would be death
Hey,
for Luke.
okay, so we're
Okay,
skipping
okay,
to a
yeah,
story
let's- yeah,
here.
let's get to
Who's
that.
saying you can't do fireworks?
Yeah,
Seems like
see,
I see him every
California.
day. I see him every day.
The government.
exactly. So we've been seeing, if you haven't been paying attention, there have been
actually do
fireworks. That's what we're doing right now, fireworks. Can you believe this? We're going to talk about, have you,
I've been hearing about
okay,
fireworks.
have any of you heard random fireworks?
Yes, multiple
yeah.
times.
Yeah.
Yes. Late at night.
Yeah,
Early in the
Yeah.
morning.
We were driving back last week from somewhere, and
camping?
we were on the 50. No, not from the camping. We were on the 55, and this firework just goes up like next to the freeway, like just blows
Yeah.
up randomly. It's weird, and
That's
so this
an IED.
that's an
Yeah, right.
IED. Yeah. So
An IED.
So it says, CNN says, it's not just you. There's sudden a wave of fireworks exploding in cities across the U.S. You know the really disappointing thing about this article? It says there's no reason why.
Dude, okay.
It says that's happening.
That's some of the
Can't we
problems with
speculate?
some of these articles that we end up finding is like you're like, oh, this is awesome.
Yeah.
We cut a story today because
we
of
did.
this.
Jump bikes. It was like, oh,
Yeah.
it looks cool. Nope, it's not
like,
cool.
oh,
It's a sucky story.
Uber's just throwing away thousands of millions of dollars in bikes, and then it's
Whatever.
like, nope, it's just like, yeah, Uber decided to do this thing, end of story.
No, it's Uber doesn't even own Jump anymore.
Oh,
it's
well.
stupid. And this story, like CNN, this is a pointless story. But the headline got me, so I guess you win.
Yeah.
What if
I guess
somebody?
Right.
What if somebody set off a firework in Seattle and nobody noticed?
Because there's bombs going off all the time.
Yeah.
Well, so here's the thing. I was reading this article down, and there's people that are just lighting off fireworks randomly. And there's this video of these guys in New York that lit a firecracker like an M80 or something and threw it in a corner. Well, it turns out in the video, it's a homeless man that's in the corner, and this thing explodes like right next to him. Like, so it just,
Well, yeah.
people
I
are
saw
just
that.
dumb.
And it's going to
They
get
caught him on
worse.
fire.
It's going to get
Yeah.
worse because they canceled all the big professional fireworks for this next couple weeks.
Yeah.
I think at this point in time, it's really important to start thinking about the positive things. You know, just
I think-
even like, what is the positive scenario of some kids throwing an M80 at a homeless man and catching him on fire? I would say the positive is that you can recreate Rage Against the Machine's self-titled album cover.
No, that is not.
There you go.
So Trin Cody has a question. I think it's a
It's a
valid
family
question.
affair today.
Trin says, "Who's the old guy?" I'm assuming she's not talking about me.
It's your son.
It's Trin. Chris has changed. Did you not realize that? He's gotten red hair and he's very
Stress of
distinguished.
COVID-19 has aged me a little bit.
That's
The
right.
stress of COVID-19.
That's right.
So fireworks are happening everywhere. I think it's just a combination of now they're available.
Well, but also if they're at a point where they say we're not going to do it socially, we're not going to have fireworks shows. Somebody's got to do it.
That's right. You know what? They're filling a need.
Somebody's got to do it.
Yeah.
Are you likening the people that are shooting off fireworks to like Batman or Robin Hood? They're like
Yes.
stealing from like the whole we can't do these
they're
shows anymore. And
stealing
giving to
from
poor.
the society to give to society,
Stealing from government to give to society.
but the government doesn't sell fireworks.
no, well, but the government allows the sale of fireworks, and if they don't,
Some do.
So Dean says something right here. Dean says Brea has no fireworks, but Fullerton next door does.
Mm-hmm.
It's a city by city ordinance. Correct, but you're not allowed to shoot them off. And
you can't have
And
mortars
these are
in
aerials
California.
These are aerial and stuff. These are not legal fireworks anyways.
correct. They're illegal no matter what city in California you're in, unless you have a license to
Right.
shoot stuff like Disneyland. Which Disneyland? Oh, we're not even bring that
come
story up.
Or like if you remember when you were still at home, our neighbor would occasionally shoot that M80 up in the air with a slingshot, and that baby would go off an M80 or a Silver Salute.
Yeah.
And you always do it like at 2 a.m.
Well, it's
That's
a good.
pretty awesome.
You can experience that again. You know why? Because David's in the chat, and David.
Oh,
David
David's
says
here.
Fireworks for sale in Oklahoma right
That's
now.
right. You can go straight up to the Miami Friends Church fireworks stand in Miami, Oklahoma. They have fireworks for sale in Oklahoma right now.
Because we have
and they
a
have good
massive
ones.
listenership in Miami, Oklahoma.
They have good ones. We do. I think there's
That sounds awesome.
Got coverage.
got coverage. But you know who doesn't get coverage? Moving on to the next story. Speaking of fireworks and coverages, Disneyland has decided they are delaying their opening. They're delaying the opening that they said was going to happen July.
This is a curveball story. I didn't expect this one.
That's
which
right.
which was like they were opening on like their birthday or
Their
something.
anniversary.
Yeah, the anniversary,
Yeah.
right.
65.
So they have delayed because the state of California has come out with some regulations that
They have not come out with regulations.
right. They're coming out with regulations rather. Thank you, and that is going to affect everything. And they can't last minute be like, oh, we're going to figure all this stuff out with employees. Now, I also have a suspicion because there was that we talked about petition that employees.
union?
Are you going for another Mama Zumba?
Yeah.
Look at you, Mama Zumba's in the house.
The employee petition to
The-
governor.
Right, the employee petition. Well, it started with just a petition to
Right.
Disneyland, and then they've moved it, and they were going to the governor. I think the heat probably got to Disneyland. And they're like, okay, we'll hold
Well,
off.
the heat's getting to me. Mama Zuma's revenge. Habanero.
I'm just wondering if they're going to wait till after summer now because it'll help with their crowd control.
Yeah, I think there's a lot that I think this does for them. It just doesn't give them the revenue they were expecting to have.
Here's
But-
what's
but
gonna
it keeps their.
Is
keeps
this,
it
is
where
this
they
all
can,
based on a petition?
We don't know what
Right.
the story says that it's based on California not having their guidelines out yet for a theme park, so they were going to have too many last minute things they have to figure out. So logistically, they're saying it doesn't work. But my suspicion is it has a lot more to do with the social outcry.
Here's what I say: militarize Disneyland.
What? What are you talking about?
I mean, tear gas doesn't seem to be helping too much. But imagine
Just
if
call it pixie dust.
pixie dust is good.
Are we
It's
gonna
just-
call it Daz?
Yeah.
The Disney Autonomous Zone.
Yeah, and the reason why
There you go.
It's
is
a small world?
Well, yeah, because people identify with something from their childhood, right? So if Mickey's rocking an AK-47, you're not going to mess with him,
Right. That's right.
Okay, all right.
right?
Just beware of Goofy.
That's right.
Right, like if you walk up to Mickey and he's like, "Huh, stay in line or I blow your brains out." Like that's
No,
gonna be a
no,
problem.
no. All right. So back to the chat here. Paul's here. Paul says, "Hey, Kevin."
Hi, Paul.
He said, "Look at that right there, straight up." Hi, Paul.
Hey, Paul.
And then David's very disappointed. We all want churros. I think
Yeah.
that's a valid concern. We just want the churros, guys. Just maybe set up a
But downtown
stand
Disney
outside.
But downtown
the
Disney is still
Disneyland.
opening.
But it's not the same churros.
But-
It's not the. They have
Mi-
flavored churros. It's
So
weird.
you can go to World of Disney because it's going to open next, right after.
Yeah, but no, it's not the same thing. It's not. The,
Hey,
I'm
the
disappointed.
There's different churros?
The people who really need Disney, they're going to
There's
be
another
there.
babka?
Right.
there's chocolate and there's cinnamon. We
Well,
gotta
maybe
get the
Disney's just trying
babka.
to wait to reopen until they reimagine Splash Mountain because they've announced that too, right?
Yeah, that whole thing, the whole Splash Mountain zippity doodah problem. They got issues. Disneyland's got problems,
Right.
so I don't
Let's
think there's a
torch it
Daz
to-
coming anytime soon.
With the Splash Mountain, they're going to redo it. You're just going to get in the ride. You're going to go through a dark tunnel and go around turns and then go down the slide.
I don't think it can be dark. I think it has to be light.
No,
I think
they announced what they're going to
like-
make it.
No, they're
gonna
gonna rename it. It's gonna be Step into the Void. And then you're just floating around in nothingness. And then it's just like what's his name? Terrence McKenna. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's Terrence McKenna over all the speakers, just like enlightenment is what happens to you when you are not enlightened. And
Yeah,
then it's
no,
just
I
all
don't think
this
that will
mind
work.
Game.
Nona has a good point. David, Nona has a good point. She says in the chat, she says, Costco has the best churros. Now, Nona, I don't disagree with you that Costco's churros are very good. However, there's an ambiance to a Disney churro that you can't get at
Yeah.
Costco. Even though Costco's are bigger, better value, much cheaper, and tasty,
and easier to get to.
and easier to get to and available right now. There's something about a Disney churro, and I think it's
There's
nostalgia.
also an ambiance at Disney with the corn dog.
Oh, the corn dog
yeah.
is so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a corn dog.
a good
but
corn
at
dog.
Disney, it is really good.
It's
What-
a magic wand,
Yeah.
man.
It's a
It's a magic
Right.
one. That's right. Yeah. So churros, Disneyland. Disney's not pulling the trigger. They're holding it tight to the vest. Dean,
I'd say if they're gonna do that, at least give the corn dog recipe.
you know they should. I
Right.
bet you can find it on
I think
online.
it's just pancake batter. If
I'm
I'm gonna be honest with
it's
you.
corn. It's actually like cornbread
Cornmeal,
batter.
like
Like we made them at home and they're actually pretty darn close.
Okay.
Dean says replace the mist sprayers from misting water to misting Lysol. Now that's
There you go.
that would
That
make
could poison
everyone
people, though,
clean.
yeah.
It would also people would lose their sight
This
probably.
is a respiratory disease.
Right.
Yeah.
So breathing in Lysol would clean your lungs.
Or
Right?
bleach.
Or
Thank you-
bleach.
Thank
Any
you,
of those?
President Trump.
Yeah.
Thanks for that. Yeah.
Sorry. You just gotta put some Lysol in the sprayers. It's gonna be fantastic. You
How
go to
about you drink
Disneyland.
this-
You
just
could have a
wink this
churro.
drink.
You could have a churro. Put a little Lysol salt on it. Eat it up. You can be nice and safe. No problems. Churro, Disney soft. You're welcome.
So what's the next story?
That's like Trump's cooking show. He's always like, so that's a great way to do that. But
Trump
also,
needs
if you
a
want
cooking
to,
show.
If you want to, there's this really great weed killer you can use. It's like a, you could saute it up, protect you from the coronavirus, but it's also like nice and tasty. A couple people died up from it, but it's not my issue. It's
It
not
has a
my
little
problem.
spice to it, though, right?
What?
Yeah.
The weed killer?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh
yeah,
yeah.
no, yeah. No,
That'll-
okay.
that'll
We're
sing
not.
it.
Nona agrees with the corn dog.
Speaking of spice,
That's
Mama
good.
Zuma's
Mama
Revenge.
Zuma's Revenge. You know what?
Habanero going back.
Bell
in.
and that-
One
or
more.
another.
Clear the path.
So David says Sam's makes a tasty churros too. I agree, it's good. They have actually a dual pack where they give you 2 churros, but they don't have the vibes. It's the vibe that Disneyland has that I don't like. If they
Right.
did, if you took Chaz and you actually put it in Disneyland, I think it actually might be the happiest place on earth.
What did I just say?
Yeah.
Summer of love.
So it's the summer of love. Oh my goodness. Yeah, but Disneyland is not opening, but
Get on
something
your knees and tell me you love me.
So, speaking of things actually finally opening, we have got news that the Major League Baseball has decided that they are going to finally do a 60-game season. We finally got some baseball coming.
Yay.
It looks like, based on everything that we're seeing, they're going to do a 60-game season. We've got an opening day starting late July, training camp starting July 1st, but they're still sticking to these rules that I just think are so dumb. The distancing rules. They're gonna have staff and players that aren't playing sitting in the stands, but they have the health and safety protocol where players and other personnel not participating, they'll be sitting in the stands. So the celebratory contact is verboten. No high fives, fist bumps, or hugs.
No spitting.
Grand tradition of gross habits is on a hiatus. No spitting, chewing of tobacco or sunflower seeds, or any combination. How can you have a baseball game with no sunflower seeds?
They're all going to start smoking cigars again.
That's all the Babe Ruth days.
Yeah, dude. When everybody has a heart disease.
Yeah, I think that's probably
how
what's
are you going to have a baseball game without spitting?
I know.
Everybody spits all the time.
It's just involuntary.
It's like when you go to the urinal. I think we've talked about this.
Yeah, I still don't
spit.
get that.
Me neither.
Have you seen that though?
I don't spit in the urinal.
I don't do it, but have you seen it?
Everywhere.
I have seen it everywhere. Now that I've said this to you, you will go to the bathroom in a restroom and you will be in a urinal and you will see somebody next to you spit in the urinal.
Can you Google up cute urinal spitting?
Yep.
There you go.
No, do not Google that, Jake. How dare no? Google's
know,
tracking your search history. You're gonna get hit with something.
They've seen worse.
Spits in the urinal.
They've seen
worse. They also
sorry, I have to. First thing that comes up, what is it with men and spitting in the urinal?
Yeah, no, it's a thing.
Right.
I've seen
Mel
it.
magazine.
Yeah. Who magazine?
Mel magazine.
That's not even a real magazine.
I don't
That's
know.
fake.
Who's Mel?
I don't know. She got a magazine though.
The other thing that they've done that doesn't have anything to do with the coronavirus, but the other thing they've done is if a game goes into extra innings, they're going to start every inning with a runner on second base.
Yeah,
they've been looking to do that for a while. They're using this as an opportunity.
They've been doing it in the minor leagues.
Yeah, they're thinking about it for a while, but
that's going to speed up the gameplay a lot.
That's
But
what
the
they want to
question-
do.
Only in extra innings though.
Only extra innings.
Well, but if they can't spit and they can't chew tobacco and they can't high five, that's going to cut out 50% of the game right there.
Everybody's just
Well, I
going to
got
be
a
right?
question. I have a question.
Okay, Chris has a
if they're
question.
supposed to be- If they're
Chris
supposed to be
who?
social distancing, how are they going to? Yeah, right. I'm just a vapor, a ghost of long TSTO path.
You can haunt me any
No,
day.
but hey, all right.
What's the question?
The question is, if they're supposed to be social distancing, how is anybody going to get out? You can't tag them.
Well,
can't step on the base.
Well, at least with the batter, you've got the catcher and the ump that's got masks on.
Yeah,
Right.
but
What
they're not.
about-
They're not
Hey,
face
I didn't
shields.
say what type of mask.
Yeah, Chris, good point, because right here it says a minimal distance between base runners, fielders, coaches, and umpires on the field will be encouraged as much as possible. I don't see how that makes any sense. Also, they're gonna
About throwing out bats.
a ball will be thrown out once it has been touched by multiple players. That's every
What?
pitch.
That's a virtual tag. We're going to do virtual
Wow.
tags.
Yeah, it's all ghost runners. It's all wiffle ball now.
What they're going to do is they're just going to go to the stadium and they're going to play the
It's
MLB
gonna be
game.
John Madden.
Yeah. Well,
gonna
okay.
be-
Have you seen that though? Like NBA players have been going online and playing 2K with each
Yep.
other, and
Yep.
that's how people have been seeing like their basketball players playing basketball is they play NBA 2K.
Yep, David, right
There you
after I said that, you posted this ghost runners thing. Absolutely, it's wiffle ball, man. That's what's happening.
First
Yeah.
runner on second.
But here's the question. If they start extra innings with the runner on second base, does that count for his on-base percentage?
It's a good question. Well,
It's
and
going to be a new stat.
and does it have to be a physical person? Can it just be a ghost runner? Ghost runner on second, start in the inning. I mean, I think
Man on third.
third. Who's on
He's
first?
tall. He's tall.
Right. I
You
don't
missed
know.
the tag.
Yeah, exactly. I think this is going to be whatever happens. It's going to be interesting to watch, right?
Well-
It's going to be weird.
And the question is, how many people will watch?
Yep, I think that's
I
a good
will.
point. You will. Well, so
Well,
it's
people watch
a-
it first, but how many's going to get tired of this? Just not being able to go to the game. I mean, I've got tickets. I can't go.
Well, and it's all pro rata salary, which is 37%, I guess, of their normal contracts. But still, it's got to be based on revenue and people coming into the stadium and people watching and advertiser revenue, which is going to be down. It's got to be down.
merchandise sales. all that.
Merchandise sales, all that stuff's going to be down. So
But
And you
I
got-
would be hard pressed to believe that there's not going to be a massive spike in MLB viewership on TV.
But no,
Well, it's gotta be because it's
but
the only thing.
No, it's not going to be the only thing. You're going to have basketball and hockey.
well,
They're going to have a lot of
same
competition.
time.
they're going to
Yes,
have some competition.
yes.
Now,
Yeah.
okay, speaking of competition and
Basketball
sports being on
sucks.
TV, so there was a tennis match or a non-official tennis thing that Novak Djokovic put on, and because they're like, you know what, we're going to play some tennis. We're going to put it on TV, just kind of like the golf thing they try to do. And it's tennis, so it's one person. Like, you're on the other side of the court. You shouldn't have a problem. Well, Jovic tested positive for coronavirus, along with 3 or 4 other players. Yeah, Grigor Dimitrov, Borna Soric, and Victor Troicki. So
it wasn't what happened on the court. It's what happened in the other places, probably.
Well, there's video of him going over the net after a game and giving a celebratory handshake or whatever.
Okay, so here's my issue.
So much mingling.
You know what? I'm in a no new friend zone. I'm sorry. I'm not taking any more applications. I know tapped out. If you're like, can you like help me find a bus? I lost my dog. I'm sorry. I'm not talking. No, I'm just kidding. That's
that
not
little
where I'm at.
temperature thing that we have in the kitchen. You should put it in your pocket.
So he can
Somebody-
test everybody?
Somebody
You want to be
walks
my
up and
friend?
introduces
Test.
himself. Hold still.
Is that, wait,
You're
what
good.
kind of thermometer is that
It's
though?
the one you hold
Is
it up to
You
their
put
head.
it in the meat?
It's a rectal thermometer.
Yeah, no. That's I don't
Oh, wow.
that will
Rectal.
lose that will lose your friends. That will lose your friends right now.
No,
Yeah.
it's the little thermometer that you put on your temple. But
Okay.
you have to say, don't move till it dings.
Right. And then, okay, Grandpa.
That was so grandpa.
That was so grandpa.
I'm giving grandpa a bell and a round of applause.
It's like the ones from like the futuristic thing where it's like they're infected and it has like the thing where it shows their brain on the
Yeah.
on the screen. No, it's not. I mean, it just shows your temperature.
Well, I saw something where they're implementing in some airports where it's a video, like an X-ray machine that they're
a
taking
walkthrough,
temperature
yeah.
as you walk through.
This is your brain on COVID.
This is your brain on COVID.
There you go.
just scrambling eggs.
That's right. Lisa,
still
hi
thermal
Lisa, how
imaging.
you doing? Good to see you. Nona, MLB apps will be making a lot of money. That's a great point. I think MLB apps will be making a lot of money because of all the people that want to watch it. Because if you're on an app, you can watch it if it's out of area. Although that's going to be different too.
Yeah, they're
like
changing
they've
all
got
that
to
too.
they've got to give access to. It's going to be weird.
Okay, so back to this tennis thing.
Back to this tennis thing.
I don't. Okay, are we trying to rush this?
You know what?
I understand. I'm over it. I want everything to
Yeah,
come back.
yeah, yeah.
But based on what I'm seeing, anybody that goes out there and plays a game and does anything in public gets it.
Well, but here's the thing: most of them are recovering. It's
But like these athletes is what I'm talking about.
right, but
Like,
the athletes are getting it like the flu.
No, I understand. The athletes are going to be able to recover.
Right.
And
But
some-
all
a
I'm
lot of them
saying
are
is as long as
asymptomatic, too.
but as long
Yeah.
as somebody gets it, people are going to freak out about it.
Well, that's true. As soon as
So-
somebody says COVID and
Right.
whatever,
So they're
sport-
going to shut everything down again. But like what
Yeah.
I'm saying is, are we rushing it because of the fact that we care so much about it? We're not going to let any of this happen, even though it's inevitable.
Yes.
Yeah.
And is this
Yeah.
being,
Wait,
this-
yes.
We're
what?
rushing it.
Yeah.
We are rushing it. And this all pales in comparison to football.
Oh yeah.
Football.
It's you talk about the contact level and
Mm-hmm.
NBA I think's the worst as far as contact and ability to
Well,
get
skin
it.
on skin.
Skin on
Yeah.
skin. I mean that's obvious, right?
Pound for pound.
Pound for pound.
Those
But-
boys can
but
that's
throw.
why they're isolating the bubble.
Yeah, so NBA is going to be doing the bubble down in Disney World, supposedly, right? But there's something the story that came out about the NBA that looks interesting to me. They're going to be using it looks like magic rings. It's like Lord of the Rings for NBA players.
Do you remember those power balance things? That's what this reminds me of.
Power. I don't remember.
I
I
like
remember
it,
the
yeah.
Nike Fuel Band. This reminds me of that, except it's a ring. So they're going to be implementing this ring called the what's it called? The coronavirus. They're calling it the
fighting ring?
coronavirus fighter ring, but it's an aura ring. It's used by a lot of high level executives, people with like Uber money because they're expensive.
And psychics.
But it says in this article
Yeah.
that it was designed as a tool to diagnose disease. So it was created to diagnose disease, but this data might also have the ring help detect symptoms related to COVID-19 with the caveat that it's preliminary study about a poorly understood disease, which means what's it going to
Nothing.
actually do?
Means somebody sold them a lot of stuff,
Yeah, well, it's
like the Brooklyn Bridge.
it's a potential
What is-
advertising situation.
I've never even an aura ring,
I guess
Yeah.
what? I guess it
Right.
just makes you smell good.
a gun rack.
What am I gonna? I don't even own a gun, let alone many
that
guns
like
to
a-
necessitate an entire rack. What am I gonna do with a gun rack? You don't
Statement.
like it?
No, I
Fine.
don't like it.
It sounds
You're
like
not careful, Wayne. You're gonna lose me. I lost you 6 months ago. Are you mental? Get the net. Sorry, Wayne's World. It just flows.
But these
Steve.
rings, they sound like a updated mood ring.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's essentially like, but that's the thing is like, to me, I think everybody my age remembers these.
Oh yeah.
These are called power balance bracelets.
Uh-huh.
A lot of times they were mixed up with the whole Live Strong thing.
Yeah.
This thing is
You mean with that cheating cyclist?
That dirty little boy on his bike? Yeah, that one.
We love you, Lance Armstrong.
We do?
Jake does. He loves you. No. He
No.
doesn't? You do? You don't? Oh. All right.
Anyway,
Lance, you're a dirty cheater.
This little rubber thing with a piece of shiny like aluminum foil in it.
It was
is
copper.
39 pounds. Is 39 not like
dollars,
weight,
39 pound dollars.
like right? So 39 pound dollars. So
Dad's over here falling asleep. What's going
So
on
much
over
for
here?
power
You're
balance.
knocking over.
It's heavy. I got a 39 pound.
so much for power balance. I mean, what is this
Yeah,
supposed to do?
power
It was a
off
workout
balance.
thing.
But no, that they sell for essentially like $80, right?
Yeah.
For these things.
These wristband
These
things you're talking
stupid
about.
things that do nothing, but people were just under the impression that they magically gave you the ability to perform more athletic tasks. So literally everybody growing up at my school had one of these.
Can you say placebo?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's literally the exact same thing. They bought a bunch of wedding rings from like, I don't know. He went
Walmart?
to Jared, and like Jared's closing down. The NBA went to Jared. They're like,
Yeah.
let us help you out. They just got a bunch of rings. You
Well,
know, they were
No,
planning.
they probably ordered it from like Oriental Trading Company.
Well, right, right.
Oriental
They're
Trading
spider
Company,
rings.
for like $4. You can get 1,000.
And the reason why is because they realized if we're not going to have a season, we got to melt these down. We got to sell it. We got to sell the raw goods, the raw materials. But what happened was the season's starting, so they go, we goof them up. We got to get rid of all these rings.
We gotta goof 'em
give them to the players.
Give them the players. Yeah. It's
Mama Zuma's
the
revenge.
thing that's funny about this story that I think is great is that there are so many things we're trying to find to help us be like, okay, we're okay with this. Well, if you can wear a ring, you can play. If you can make sure you have a special mask or whatever, it's an N95 mask or it's not an N95. Like what you can do that. Like
It's all feel good stuff.
I don't understand. There's no science behind this actually doing anything. There's no science that says it might maybe help. It's just something to say, hey, we're trying. It's all lawsuit posturing. I think
Trying
all
to
of
look
it.
at symptoms. Well, a lot of people are asymptomatic, especially healthy people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So
and
what are you gonna do?
these look at symptoms, and if you don't have symptoms, that they can't say that you're going to have COVID. I don't know, but the NBA is trying to figure out something to say, hey, we need to get people on the court because you know what?
least they're
We got to
doing
make
something.
that money. We got to keep the people happy. We got to make that money.
I honestly, to me, it's like maybe it's just impatience. I think everybody's kind of in the same boat, though.
Yeah.
So at some point, I just want to say, if everybody's screwed, nobody's screwed. You know?
I mean, yeah, if
Let
everybody's
the boys
screwed, nobody's
play.
screwed. But I mean,
Let them eat cake.
Yeah, let them
Or
eat cake.
In the words of a famous politician, truth is more important than facts.
There you go.
Which politician was that?
That
I don't
sounds
know
like
that
a
politician.
great
Who's
JFK
that quote? Who is that?
That's Biden.
Oh,
No,
okay.
gee.
Yeah, that was a basement quote, I'm
Truth
sure.
is more important than
Truth
facts.
is more important
Yeah,
than
that was
facts.
a deep cut Biden
That's-
reference.
yeah.
Well, then why doesn't he
good.
say any?
And my truth is the only thing that's important.
That's right.
That's the final
right.
truth.
So speaking of things that are just sports, we're very sports heavy today, which I think is we're all ready for sports to
It
start.
won't be until we talk about death.
But this video right here is of Clinton Dix.
Yeah,
right?
Clinton Dix.
Clinton Dix is he's a Dallas he's a Dallas guy.
Former Green Bay.
He's out there, former Green Bay. That's right. Represent the pack. That's right. Jake's got his cowboy helmet there, and he had a little run in. He had a little run in with some some unsavory characters in an alleyway, and we
Yeah,
have
the
we
Bears.
have footage of it.
All
we have
I know
footage
is
of it
I'm
right here.
really
It wasn't a
excited.
rattlesnake, was it?
No. If it was a rattlesnake, we would not be airing
would
it on the
burn the
show.
computer.
That's
It's
right.
rattlesnake season.
No, God, get out of here.
All I know is
They're
that
everywhere.
I have been just dying to see the Cowboys play the Bears again. So
So you know what? We actually have a clip of Cowboys versus Bears. So check this out right here. It's Clinton Dix. He is hanging out and runs into some unsavory characters. Look at him go. Look at there's some bears and he runs away. He literally there's a replay of it here. We're gonna see it again.
Fly
So
like an eagle.
a mama bear and her cub. Clinton Dix come around the corner. What do you do?
he's on a scooter.
He's on a scooter. You're on a scooter in the city.
You're a safety. You're a free safety. You're faster than anything, and you're on a scooter.
Well, and he's on a scooter in an alleyway in a city, and he comes around these cars, and there's a mama bear and a baby cub. What in the world is going on?
You speak
Was it a circus in town or something?
I don't know if the circuit. It's just some random video that I found, the Cowboys versus the Bears, and it's literally Clinton Dix comes in an alleyway, and there's a mama bear and a baby. I think it's probably just because there's nobody in the streets. Everybody's at home, coronavirus, and the Bears are like, oh, everybody's gone. We can go check it out now.
Let's go get to a new restaurant.
The time of the Bears has come.
The Bears are
Go
like,
to a Broadway show.
the Bears are all walking around
I'm
town.
in Delaware.
Go find a new dumpster to eat it.
Yeah, the Bears walking around town. They're like, I heard Chili's is closing. You want to try that?
Did you
go
hear
and
this
they
place
sit
called
there.
Black Bear Diner? It looks like it's our
It's not
people.
good.
It's like you don't like Black Bear Diner?
No.
Oh,
So obviously Clinton Dix didn't have the bracelet.
Yeah, he had no power.
Right.
He needed the aura bracelet.
But was he wearing a helmet? Was he a good example?
no, he was
he was-
going to get a concussion.
dude.
I think pretty
Was he
much.
wearing a mask?
Again, this
No.
man is a free safety. He wears a helmet for work. I feel like he doesn't need to wear a helmet on a scooter.
Well, but he does if he's going to run into bears in alleyways. Like that's just.
I don't
Right.
think that was
so
on his
now,
to-do list.
now, do we have to watch out for bears in alleyways? Is that a thing now?
Yes.
Where did this happen? Did this happen in Texas? Because that's ridiculous.
You
if
know
it
what?
did.
Where did it? I don't know.
So we got bears in alleyways. We got rattlesnakes in campgrounds. What else we got?
Bears in
COVID in the
alleyways,
air.
COVID in the air. We
COVID
got
in toilets.
We got
Fireworks.
Lord of the
Fireworks
Rings
in
in the
the air.
NBA, fireworks in the air, and then we've got guys that just don't care. And that guy is in the body of Tom Brady. Tom Brady's out there with his fellow Buccaneers players practicing. Okay.
You don't. Whatever the lady from Princess Bride said.
Yes, I know. Yeah.
Oh,
that's-
bow to the queen of garbage, the queen of filth, the queen of putrescence. Bow to her. Go on. Go on.
that was long distance. That was long distance right there.
No,
that
was good.
stuff.
Yeah, exactly that. Exactly that. is what I
So
was
Tom
thinking.
Brady says, you know what, NFLPA, your guidelines say don't practice, and I'm Tom Brady, so I'm just going to go practice. So he went out and he practiced with his teammates. Right there, look at, there's an image of him.
Yeah. Okay.
Just
This picture.
that smirky little Tom Brady
This picture. Just
Yeah.
zoom in on Tom's face.
on Tom right there.
Look at
him.
that. He
Look at him.
he sees the camera.
He's like, I see you.
He knows it's there.
He probably had it come. He said,
Look-
hey, come take pictures of us. We're practicing. Let's put it on
around.
Twitter.
Look at the smirk on every single one of these dudes' faces.
He's like,
that's
you know
standing
what?
around
That's
it.
right.
COVID.
Like, we're passing COVID around to each other.
No,
Yeah.
look at this is what I honestly believe is going on here.
What?
I believe that
You can fly?
I believe that everybody in this training camp
Yeah.
realizes that Brady is their ticket. And so they said, screw it. We need as much time with the guy as possible.
Yeah, but okay, that's the question I think that comes up in this. Is it worth saying, you know what, Tom Brady is going to change our entire franchise just because he's here? Is that realistic for these players to be like, we're going to the Super Bowl?
If Tom Brady is the guy that all of a sudden shows up in your team, I guarantee they hated the guy before he showed up.
Yeah, that is true.
And then he shows up and everybody goes,
So I'm just kidding,
COVID
Tom. I
what?
love you, Tom.
Yeah,
I love
COVID
Tom.
what?
You're my favorite quarterback ever. I've always wanted to play with you.
Can you throw like 80 yards in the air? I want to see it, please. Like really bad. I've never seen it before.
And so now Gronk's down there.
Yeah.
When Gronk was at the workout.
they still got Mike Evans.
Yeah, they still got, dude. I mean, I'm just saying that Tom Brady's the guy that's like, fire me. Like, go ahead. I don't care. I signed my contract.
We saw his Hulu commercial.
We saw his Hulu commercial. I ain't going anywhere, which was the weirdest thing ever.
Wait, but he did. He went
yeah,
somewhere
he went
big.
somewhere. I'm not going anywhere, but I went
Except
somewhere.
all the way down the
all
coast.
the way down the coast. Dean says someone needs to CGI this image and replace the footballs with COVID-19.
Nice.
Yes, if you're watching this or you're listening to this, find that image and you need to replace those footballs with COVID-19.
What are you talking about? That's our next thumbnail.
Look like?
That's right. That's the next thumbnail Chris is going to do. What, Steve?
I just want to know what it looks like so I can watch out for it. What
That's right.
COVID-19 looks like.
That's right. It looks like Jake. It looks
Okay.
like Jake. Looks like Jake.
It looks like this.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. But
I
Tom
have a
Brady's.
different take on that.
You have a different take on that.
I have a different take on that.
Okay, let's hear it.
They're all still talking about the fact that Brady put the ball in the hole from 150 yards with a 7-iron. That's what they're talking about.
They're not talking about the golf game.
Yeah, because he was playing terrible, and then he takes a 7-iron and puts it in the hole
You know what?
Wait, really?
and tells Charles Barkley, "Suck that, Chuck."
Wow.
He did. It was awesome because Barkley was ready to play him. Barkley's thinking he can take him.
Yeah.
I can take Brady.
Not with that swing. Not with that swing. Horrible swing. But all I will
take
say,
Brady, and then Brady puts it in.
what
Suck
did
that chuck.
I just my father just said suck that chuck twice on the internet.
I was quoting.
I think that this is the day that I think that this is where I finally realized like father like son. I would have said that. I would have been fully okay with that.
Okay, so here, you guys want to see it? You guys, you want to see that clip of Tom Brady?
Oh yeah.
Right here. Oh man, that was a beauty.
Now just listen.
Take a suck of that, Chuck. Wow. Hey, you know what? The one thing you can't say about Tom Brady is he's competitive.
But the one
that
thing
guy will play, and he will play to win.
The one thing I will say about Tom Brady is he's the Justin Bieber of sports.
He's the Justin. Okay, take that. I'm not opposed to Justin Bieber. Like, what's your beef with Biebs?
I don't want to go.
I feel like we're back to episode 1 of the TSTO show where it was Justin Bieber's so great.
I love this. I love this banter.
But the other thing that Brady did,
Yeah.
and this is pure speculation on my part,
Right.
okay? Brady says to Tampa Bay, I'm not going anywhere without Gronk.
You think he actually told him that?
I would think so. I mean, he had so much success.
I think
Gronk in
I
New
think it's
England.
something similar.
And
he probably
he's
called
saying,
him.
I got to bring at least one piece of the pie down here with me.
Well, and if you're Tampa Bay, you're not going to say no to that. Brady and Gronk? Yeah, yes, please.
Yeah, so Brady's like, hey, I got this friend. He's really cool guy, really big, like one of the best that's ever played. He's retired now.
You're going to love him.
Yeah, you're going to love him. They're like, we know exactly who you're talking about, and we'd love
You're
it if
bringing Bill Belichick?
I was just going to say, we would love it if Antonio Gates joined our team. And then he's like,
Isn't
No.
Aaron Hernandez not available?
I just imagine Gronk
Not in any way.
I just imagine Gronk like this in a tube of liquid.
He was frozen. He's next to Walt Disney's head.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, when the time is right, Brady's like, I need to make one phone call. And then
I'm back. I'm
him
Gronk.
out.
he comes out and he's like, where are we playing, boy?
Are we doing dead body reenactments here with
Yeah.
that? This is the TSTO. That's what it's come to.
This is the weekend of
That's
Bernie
what
the
it's
musical.
come to at
Right.
the TSTO show. Chris, you're not here, and so therefore we've gone off the reservation. It's true, but you know what? There's speaking of us recreating out of retirement Rob Gronkowski. There are some people that are actually permanently retired that received coronavirus stimulus checks. You hear about this? You hear about this? You like that transition? You like that transition? They're permanently retired. More than 1 million dead people received coronavirus stimulus checks worth $1.4 billion.
Wow. Now we know where Jake's stimulus check went.
That's right.
Yeah, dead guy.
Dead guys got your
Bernie's got
stimulus.
No, they got their names off the voting rolls.
Yeah, that's, you know what? That's probably what
They voted in
happened.
the last election.
That's right.
So, so 1 million dead people received coronavirus stimulus checks. Now, that $1.4 billion in coronavirus stimulus payments were distributed to almost 1.1 million dead people as of April 30th.
1.1 million dead people's not a lot of dead people anymore, Mr. Evil.
What?
Well,
A billion? The issue the report found came as the Treasury Department and the Internal Revenue Service rapidly dispersed $269 billion to 160.4 million people after the CARES Act was passed in March. They just sent the money out. They're like, we got to hurry up. We can't wait. We can't make sure these people are alive. We just got to send out this money, except for to Jake Frazier.
Yeah, some
we
lady
can't
named
send it to
Janet.
this guy.
Some lady named Janet at the IRS just got a T-shirt cannon and rolled up a bunch of checks and pooh, out the window.
Get it!
Well, there's nowhere else to use the T-shirt cannons. You can't do them at the sports
True.
games.
I know, right?
The FX West girls are working for the government,
They're like,
baby.
hey, Mr. IRS man, can you give us a job? Yeah, just shoot these checks out of a cannon. It'll be great. Like, seriously, how do you miss this? This is huge.
Right.
It's just everybody being in too much of a hurry. I think going back to what you said about coronavirus, are we going too fast?
Yeah.
I think the society in general is just going too fast with all this stuff. The news cycles constantly. What happened last minute with Corona? What happened last minute with the riots? What happened last minute with the fill in the blank? Blah 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 blah. It's just crazy. And because we're going so fast, we're making a lot of mistakes.
And then
And
the
by
whole
we, I mean
intent-
not me, the
The
government.
whole intent
That's
of
right.
the stimulus check was to stimulate the economy.
Right.
I just heard on the news yesterday that there's a problem. A lot of people are saving it.
Yeah, nobody's
The
spending it.
stimulus check,
People are
yeah.
saving their money.
Oh no, 100%. Like that's the reason why I'm so like looking forward to mine. I'm like, because I just gonna have like $1,200 just added to my savings account. Like that's awesome.
Well,
Right, right.
Especially for all those people that don't have to pay rent right now.
Yeah, it makes me look way more
right.
responsible than I actually am.
And now they're wanting to extend that out for 10 years.
Yeah,
on
that whole
repayment.
the rent withhold, that's just so crazy. Dean says a good thing here. He actually, I think maybe Oprah does work for the government, and you get a check, and you get a check, and you get a check. They, she's out of work too.
Yeah.
Oprah needed a job, so she started, handing money to dead people.
Let's assess your talents here,
hey.
lady.
Hey, you get a check. Hey,
Wake up!
Under your chair.
Wake up!
Look under the chair.
can't you move?
People scream about this on my show. You make no noise. You do nothing.
She walks out just like that. I think that's probably exactly what happened.
You do nothing.
Jake, I think that is probably exactly how it happened. I think that Oprah.
I didn't even hear
Oprah,
Jake anymore. I just heard Oprah.
Yeah, Oprah, if you're watching this, because I know you watch the Trending Stories Taking Over show every week religiously, this is your favorite show.
No, it is not.
You appreciated Jake's impression. I think you
Be
did.
careful. We need a sponsor.
Yeah, well, does Oprah sponsor?
No,
Oprah
she
doesn't
can put us
own
on the OWN network.
Oprah doesn't own a chip line. We
She
need a
could put us
chip
on the OWN
line.
network.
She put us on the OWN network. Do we want to be on the OWN network, guys?
No,
I don't
because
think.
then-
Yellow, different.
Nuprin.
Nuprin. Oh, I can't talk about it anymore. I've got a headache.
Try this.
Try this.
No, it's here. Take 2 of these.
Take 2 of these.
Ah, Nuprin. Little. Yellow.
Hot.
Different. Yeah, super hot. All right. Yeah.
Eat
You
it.
know what? All right.
That was a big one.
That was a big one.
You just got to get it down fast. That's what I
John, right here. I was dead until I got that check. That's right.
Yeah.
There we go. John, that's a good one. I think it's going to wake a lot of people up. Holy cow, that's hot.
It's gonna wake people
Oh
up.
my gosh. Wake people from the dead. There's me
There you
Walking
go.
Dead. That's you know
That's
what?
what I've always wanted.
We just need to send stimulus checks to the coronavirus patients, and they'll just magically feel better, right? Is that how it
The
works?
woke dead.
The woke
Okay,
dead.
can I get Corona then?
Go for it.
Yeah, can I get an extra stimulus? Yeah, some of this stuff is just we're going so lightning fast, and we can't be patient. I mean, I'm impatient in general, but as a society, we're impatient, and it's making mistakes. And this is how are we gonna get that money back? Like you mentioned, the prisoners, Dad. Like they're giving stimulus checks to the prisoners,
Inmates.
and
Yep.
and they're what are they telling them? I mean, not
how'd
because
they
you're
give them the
you're an
check?
inmate, like you would know. Like,
Give the money back. That's what they're doing.
yeah. Do you think they're saying it like gently? Like, hey, you know what? Could you like maybe?
I think
No,
I
they
made
send
a
Oprah in
mistake.
there, man. Where's the money? This is ridiculous.
This is Oprah the enforcer.
Yeah, they give her like some awesome, super cool breastplate that's just like all medieval and everything. She comes in with like 2 golden eagles or desert eagles. And she's like, everybody listen up. It's O time, baby. I need you to slide all these checks down on the counter, put them under my chair today, boys. I'm the one that's getting it. I'm going home, giving this back to Uncle Sam, right? Y'all best stay in here, treat yourself real kind. Maybe we can have you on the show when you get out in like 15, 20 years. Or if something goes horribly wrong, you can go see Dr. Phil and beat him up because everybody wants to do that.
Or you could go on TikTok and live stream
Finding a dead body. Yeah.
tagging and find a dead body because that's what happened. So this story, moving on, we're just moving ahead because you know what? We
We're
got to get
impatient.
through this stuff. And TikTok is very much an ADD kind of platform where stuff is bouncing
Yep.
around all over the place. And these kids on TikTok were out doing this. Jake, you know more about this than I do. This roundonauting teens, randonauting teens find suitcase with dead body parts.
Yeah.
So this geocaching thing, it's
And a
like a
stimulus
treasure hunt.
check.
And a stimulus check.
Just in the suitcase.
It's in there. It's like on top, like unopened
How
though,
you find it,
unopened.
because the post office always finds the right person, so that's how they.
Endorsed by
right.
Oprah.
Endorsed by Oprah. So this is geocaching. It's like treasure hunting.
It's essentially like geocaching. It's different. It's like kids always get new names for stuff. Geocaching, essentially, if you don't know, is something that somebody will put up coordinates to a certain item that they've left in public, and people will go and try to find that item and see what's inside. It's kind of like this thing that strangers do. It's this weird scavenger hunt thing. Randonauting is essentially the same thing. It's just a more modern version of it. Kids have started to use technology a lot more to be able to make geocaching easier. So they started doing randonauting, and essentially what that is somebody drops a location, they go to the location.
They like drop a pin.
Right, and they go to the location, they have to go see what they left for them, essentially.
Yeah,
And
so was the question is, was this pin dropped on purpose?
Oh, 100%. It
Right?
had to have been.
Yeah.
But that's the crazy thing is, so these two teenage girls discover this suitcase containing body parts on a Seattle beach. This is in Seattle too.
Yeah.
In the midst of
Wow.
all this, what is it now? Chop?
Well,
Chop?
yeah, it was probably a chop pin drop.
Yeah, honestly.
probably was.
Chopped
Probably-
body parts.
It's literally a Batman comic coming to life, man.
What if it's just like, what if they called this guy the Chop Cop? And like, this guy,
I
This-
don't like this story at all.
but that's how like it starts. And then
I
there's like
know.
this crazy guy that's like a supervillain, but he thinks he's a vigilante, and he's in a town of people that thinks he's a vigilante.
Right.
In a country of people that realize he's a criminal. It's Psycho, man.
Yeah,
Just get bit by a spider, and then you got it all fixed.
that's right. Yeah,
There you go.
we need just find a black widow spider.
We need those
get
little
yourself
boys.
bit,
We need to get
and
those
then
little boys
you become
fighting for us.
yeah, fight for us. But this like you start thinking about that, like the other thing that could happen on these kind of places where you're like going and looking for stuff is somebody could be waiting for you.
Oh, totally.
Like that's the part about this that I'm like, this is not a good idea.
all of these are kids. Like
Yeah, they're all kids on
there's
TikTok.
Like 3 or 4 kids that were there when they found it, and all of them are probably under the age of 18. All of them are minors.
Yeah. Yep.
None of them were accompanied, but they weren't accompanied by adult at all. And they found a dead body.
So
Like,
so
why is
Dean,
that okay?
Some of it.
Dean makes a point here.
You could fit a
and
whole
he
body
could be
in a
right. Could this TikTok be fake talk? It could be. What'd you say? I missed it.
You could totally
Yes, you
fit a whole
can.
body in a suitcase.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You've seen Dexter. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, but then
That's like you can put a whole frying chicken in the little bag.
John makes another point. John says it's the autonomous body zone. It's just
can-
the ABZ.
You could put a whole duck inside a turkey.
That's right.
Yeah.
Hey,
So-
but I also just read an article. What is it when somebody reverse engineers an app like that?
I think that's
reverse
reverse
engineering.
engineering an
Okay.
app.
And somebody did that. They went back through TikTok.
Yeah.
And they reverse engineered it. And when they got through it, their recommendation was get off of TikTok.
Yeah.
Get your kids off of TikTok.
Really?
The information they're pulling from you, the way that they're tracking you.
So is this just
get
like a-
off TikTok?
Was that just like a code nerd? A code nerd
don't
went
know.
in and just like.
Oh yeah,
got
no,
into the
totally. It
mainframe?
was. I saw that
That's
story
crazy.
that was about the people that made TikTok. It was either a Russia or China connection. I can't remember which one. But on the back end, they're siphoning information like crazy.
TikTok,
Yeah.
I
Oh, yeah.
believe, is Russian, and I believe Zoom
TikTok.
is Chinese.
This TikTok, we give to the children. They download, they take pictures. We find dead bodies. They find Jimmy Hoffa. Maybe.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm totally.
Jake's searching. He's not even paying attention.
TikTok is Chinese.
Yeah, John said TikTok is from China. I think TikTok stuff is weird. I think this geocaching thing is dangerous. Jason, hey Jason, what's up, buddy? Jason says, yeah, it's a Trojan horse. That I think is what this is.
So Lancelot, Sir Galahad, and I jump out of the bunny after nightfall.
Wait, say that again.
Sir Lancelot, Sir Galahad, and I jump out of the.
Yeah, I think it's crazy that all you have to do is get something that people are like really interested in, and then it just goes like wildfire. Like TikTok
Yeah.
is huge. Like it's ginormous.
Well, it hopped into it filled the hole in our hearts that Vine left.
That's true. I think Instagram tried to fill that hole, but
couldn't.
they couldn't. And I think Vine, for what it's worth, probably should come back.
It's because
Right.
everybody is just has some sort of attention deficit disorder.
Yeah, I think that's
every
true.
single person has it.
Well, and because it's so. I mean, I think the show's a perfect example of that. We jump around from story to story all the time. However, it's stream of
No,
consciousness.
honestly, I get out of here. I don't even know what I said. I black out for the hour that I'm in here.
You go back and look, and you're like, what happened
legit,
there?
Legit, I was like sometimes I'll go back and I'm like, that's a good joke. Yeah. I should write that down. Other times I'll go back and I'll be like, you should be put in a home.
And sometimes we're just trying to figure out what you're saying too.
That's right.
no,
Yeah,
I-
it's
hey,
across
I'm
the
right
board.
there with you guys. I don't even know what's going on right now.
Well, and according to so many people under the age of 18, they believe that TikTok is what disrupted the Trump's Tulsa rally.
Well, so I haven't read the story on that. What I saw that
They
some
said
of the
that
headline.
a bunch of people, because you reserved tickets.
Yeah.
Tulsa has like a population of almost 400,000 people.
Right.
And there was 1 million tickets reserved for
Right.
Trump's rally in Tulsa.
Yeah.
So obviously Trump's like, we sold 1 million tickets.
Right.
Like that's like first thing.
Right.
But people are claiming, I don't know if it's true or not, but people are claiming that TikTok, like famous TikTok influencers,
Yeah.
went out and reserved like hundreds of tickets, even though they really weren't going to go.
What they did was they told their followers to do it.
Oh,
They
yeah.
said, go out
okay.
and reserve these tickets and then don't show up.
Yeah.
But it was still it was full, right?
No, there were
No.
6,200 were there. The arena
Okay.
had 19.2, and there were 6,200 there.
But
Holy
they
cow.
had plenty of room for social distancing then.
Yeah, that's true. So all of this talk about, hey, you're
It worked.
inconsiderate, like that's the other thing, like all this fake stuff.
Everybody's
What's
just
real?
aware.
What's
Everybody
even
needs-
real?
Well, have you heard about all the stuff that like there's certain companies that have been trying to implement these weird little things in order to be able to make social distancing fun? Like Burger King created a crown that has a 3-foot halo around it. So anytime you bump into somebody else's halo, you're too close, you know?
Can you imagine when you're trying to reach for the food at the drive-through window? You can't get there.
I think that's only an inside toy.
They're
That's
just
not an
wearing, like,
outside
Talk about
toy.
drive-through. They were talking about on the radio. They're going to start doing drive-through interviews.
Drive
Really?
through.
A lot of places are going to drive-through interviews now.
You
'Cause
know-
you can't come do them in person.
Oh,
That's,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
actually interesting though, because I just went through the interview process and got a job recently. And then not only that, I went and picked up dinner the other night from a restaurant where I saw somebody sit down. Oh, did Chris just leave?
I don't know.
No, I'm here, man.
Oh no, Tammy's trying to call. Should we see if Tammy wants to get on the show?
Oh, yeah, let's
Do
do
you
it.
want me- I can leave.
No, you stay there. Stay there, Chris. We're gonna answer.
Talk to
Stay
you.
there. Here you are.
You're live on the Trending Stories Taking Over show.
Thanks for calling Trending Stories Taking Over Show. This is Todd Frazier.
I'm Jake
listening.
Frazier.
I'm listening.
Hello.
We scared her.
I think she hung up.
We scared her. We totally
Tammy,
scared
I'm
her.
sorry. You hung up because we scared you. I'm sorry.
She's like, oh no!
So Don and Judy, hi guys, how you doing? 2020 sure gives you a lot to talk about. It sure does.
Yeah, I
it
like
gives
it.
us almost too much to
It's
talk
not
about.
done yet. We got a dust
2020 is
cloud.
trending.
We got a real
dust cloud.
Yeah, we got
It's
a
a-
dust cloud coming up
That's right.
It's from the
from
Sahara.
Africa.
It's a dust cloud. You know what? Everything is a disaster. But you know what's not a disaster?
Us.
Streaming services on the internet. And one in
Yeah.
particular is making a move. Somebody is making a move for live TV, and that's
What?
Amazon Prime. Amazon Prime is
Really?
eyeing live TV. So YouTube's done it with YouTube TV, and I am a subscriber of YouTube TV, and I appreciate it a lot because I can watch it on any device. I can have up to 5 accounts hooked to it. Like, it's really great. I get all the live stations. It's fantastic. And sports, I think, also is a cool thing about YouTube TV, right?
is
Writing
cool.
down my password.
Don't need to. It's the same.
But Amazon Prime is reportedly eyeing 24/7 live TV tech publication and protocol reported Tuesday, citing new job listings for the company. So they are actively looking for people to be able to grab that live TV action. Like, because I think that's a thing that live is still a thing. We're all into streaming and we like binging series, but there's something about live, which is why we do this show live and having the people
Especially
here
when you
with
can't
us.
actually be places.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey,
But how much
Another great
TV
benefit
can
to
you
Prime.
watch?
Well, I mean, it depends on who you are and where you're at and what there is around you. Like, when you can't go out of the house, there's a lot of TV you can watch. There's a lot of TV you can
take
watch.
the TV with me.
See, Steve's got it with him, right? I've got it with me all the time.
Dad doesn't watch TV though. This
Dad,
is the thing.
Dad
is I sit
watches.
here and I
Dad
go-
watches. Dad watches news, and then he travels on YouTube.
But then he
That's
also
it.
Last Man Standing.
Last Man Standing. That's
Last
right.
Man Standing, and that reminded me the bear story because there was an episode where there was a bear in the warehouse that
And Tim had to run away from him?
Tim and Kyle had to get him out of there.
This is the most Orange County conversation I've ever. You know, Trump rally was a little light, but that last man standing, that Tim Allen is a funny man. Funny man. One time they had a bear.
Yeah.
Speaking of bears,
Speaking of bears,
crazy.
Amazon. So Jason says it's
that
true.
Barney Rubble.
What an actor. Steve's got to take off. Steve, see you later, buddy.
Yeah.
Bye,
Oh,
Steve.
bye,
Thanks for
Steve.
coming. He's got to go do meeting things.
No.
All right. Okay. But so Jason's right. Life has become entertainment. That's what we're looking at. Like, that's what we want to see. We want to see. And that's why I think we constantly are looking for the new, the next, all of the fast stuff. Like, you have to have something new, which is why I think live TV makes a lot of sense.
Well, yeah.
Instagram Live is
I've
a big
always
thing.
enjoyed
YouTube
live TV. The thing is they just took it away from us. Like, it's still there
Yeah.
if you have cable and everything. And luckily, I live with my parents, so I have cable. But no, like, that's the thing is you go over to like people my age's house, they don't have cable. Reason why spend that money if you have Netflix, right?
Right.
So if you
Right.
just have an easier option, you're going to take that easier option every single day of the
Right.
week, right?
Right.
But now people are really missing out on what kind of a culture live television creates. And
Yeah.
it's awesome. Like when I talked on the show about it, the Watchmen TV show, like we would watch that at the Jack's house Sunday nights. That
Yeah.
was like what we would do. And
Well, it's that event. It's
right,
that
Survivor,
event.
like,
Survivor every
all
week
that
that I
stuff.
love. Fantastic. It's that event that's like, hey, I have this to look forward to. This is happening now. It's like when a new. It's
Jeopardy.
similar to Jeopardy.
Yeah.
No, you are not.
The game's on.
Or sports. Like sports live. You don't really rewatch sports a whole lot unless it's some fantastic game that you want to relive.
yeah, or like the 1982 U.S. Open like semifinals match that you never got around to watching, and you taped over your child's birth video for that, and you're like, one day I have to watch this, but you die
I feel
right
like-
before you
I
get
feel
to
like
watch
this
it.
is. I feel like this is coming from a very real place for you.
No,
No?
I wasn't alive in '82.
Okay, good point. I was.
I don't even
Wait,
know who was-
was it my birth tape? It probably got taped over.
I am your father.
Yeah.
And there is no way I would ever have a birth tape.
Good point. Nor would I. Yeah, nor
Because
would
he goes
I.
from this to this.
Yep.
Exactly.
We Frasers have
Why
a fainting
would you
problem.
want to see that again?
No, I didn't see it at all.
Some
I never
Frasers.
made it.
You know,
Have
I
a
really
fainting
miss
problem.
watching you be born.
No. Oh man. Okay, John has something I would want to rewatch. He makes a good point. Last 5 minutes of the Chiefs 2019. I think then the Chiefs Rams game in
Yeah.
2018 I think was also super dope.
That's a good one. But yes, the last 5 minutes of that Super Bowl.
Yeah, super good.
I don't think that you can. I don't think
No.
there's a price you could pay to watch that.
Yeah.
Like
Wait.
over. Like I don't
Yeah.
think that you would. There's no price. I would pay like $150 knowing if that's how the game ended.
Would you sign
to
over your
watch that
stimulus
game.
check?
Yeah. Where do I sign?
Oh my gosh.
The only
yeah.
thing that's worth watching multiple times, Night at the Museum, Battle of the Smithsonian.
Yeah. Night of the Community.
That's a good one.
Second one.
Again.
It's-
That is a good one.
It's a tunic.
I can't believe you did that. You did all three.
He's no bigger than a tiny bit of
I'm going to kill you.
Oh my God! You reached across this line. You touched this thing.
You know what, guys?
Ra, great king of the great king.
That he's really funny.
Hank Azaria is,
But he
amazing.
plays so many different, because on Friends he plays the geeky scientist guy.
He's 88
and then-
characters on The Simpsons.
He's so fantastic.
Right.
He's Brock
so
Meyer.
fantastic. Oh my
The
goodness.
guy's a legend. He's an absolute legend.
Yeah.
The tunic.
It's a tunic.
Like Mo from The Simpsons is just as iconic as that guy. You know what I mean? Like whenever somebody comes in and like, we're on to you, Mo. We know what you've done. And he's like, oh no. And then he runs into the back office, opens up a crate with an axe, and pandas run out. And he's like, Adelaide.
Dean's got a good quote. Dum dum need to gum gum.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah.
You gotta
Gum
take
gum.
care of the dum dum.
You give me gum gum.
You know
The
what?
Jonas Brothers are cherubs?
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Wait, but that's in
That's in the second one.
Second one, right. Yeah, that's not the first one.
Blah, blah, blah. I
So,
never lie.
Random fun fact, at least maybe not so fun fact. They're talking about taking down the statue of Teddy Roosevelt.
Yeah, that's
Did you hear about
exactly
that?
right.
Because they're talking
Robin,
about.
Oh, yeah.
he
We're not
killed
even getting
himself
into
in
the
his
story.
garage. You can't do that. That's
They're
distasteful.
taking it
You
down.
can't speak ill of the dead.
No, they're not taking down a Robin Williams statue.
Oh.
They're taking down a Teddy Roosevelt statue. Yeah, that's the whole
Teddy
nother.
Roosevelt got a stimulus check.
You know, I think he probably did. You're probably right. All right.
Mine.
Hey,
He's just waving that big
that's
stick
right.
all around.
He's
man.
waving it.
Hey,
He's got
Jake.
it.
Hey, Jake. Give me that, yeah.
Get some of this.
Oh my
Really,
gosh.
in actuality, if he was alive, you'd be hearing this. Ah! Ah! That's him scratching at the inside of his coffin.
No, dear. Okay.
Because he wants to cash it.
No, well, because he's dead.
Yeah. Well, we've gotten through all the stories. We made it all the way through. We're finished. Jake can pretend to be Teddy Roosevelt the rest of the day if he wants to.
Who won the First World War?
Yeah, so Jason has a question that's for the next TSTO, I think. How much influence does the World Health Organization have in China? And then how much power does China have over the NBA? Those rings might be the answer, guys.
They might.
But hey,
Like
this
the
is
rings,
trending.
like the planet, Captain Planet ring.
That's
what
right,
they're gonna do.
Captain
They
Planet.
make them much stronger.
That's right, the wings. All right, guys. Trending stories taking over. That's it. We made it past the end of the theme song, and Jake is frozen. He's a statue. Maybe we need the tablet of Amun-Ra to bring you to life.
Oh! Look at your chairs! Look at it!
All right, guys, this is Trending taking over.
Yeah, in
This
front
is
of a
Trending
live
Stories
studio
taking
audience.
over in front of a live studio audience, which is our dad.
Like every live studio audience
That's
we've
right.
ever
It's
had.
always just family members. These are Mama Zuma's chips. They burn your face off. I'm Todd Frazier.
I'm Jake Frazier.
Make sure to check out TSTOshow.com.
Do
Check out the
podcasts.
podcast.
Do
If you want to make a
podcast.com.
podcast, go to dothingsonline.com, dopodcast.com, and learn how to do a podcast. That's it. We're out here. We love you all. We'll see you next time. Peace
We're
out.
professional.